things that you've learned over the past couple years and really see how it all comes together. And we're just spending time with my youngest in the park today. Way back in 2003, I graduated high school and I went to college for 2 years. And after 2 years, I decided college wasn't for me. So I joined the Air Force and became an aircraft mechanic. And I did that for 12 years. I decided to get out and go back to school. I am so excited to be able to go to school full time and learn something that I know that I'm going to be passionate about. I'm excited to be a teacher. I got to experience teaching in the military a couple times as a supervisor, and those were my favorite times in the military. That's probably why I'm on the path that I am now. Hopefully this gave you insight on my major. For more information, check out our website.
And I'm a pre-vet major, and today I'm going to show you what this major is all about. So now we're going to head into organic chemistry lab. The pre-vet program is to prepare you to go to vet school, so it has a lot of classes in understanding how the animal's body functions, learning about behaviors for that animal, and it's just very in-depth, and it also encourages you to go get experience elsewhere so that you are familiar with animals. The labs are also really hands-on, especially with organic chemistry. You get to do the experiments yourself, understand how the different chemicals work with each other, and then for animal experience, there's a lot of classes where you get to work hands-on with specific types of animals like birds, reptiles, mammals. So today we're going to my ornithology lab here at the Be Good Zoo. So we're making chicken candy today, and then we're gonna go out and give it to the chickens and see what they do with it. I chose a pre-vet major because I would like to go to vet school and hopefully work on becoming a veterinarian. So this program is definitely helpful in preparing me for vet school and helping me get into vet school with a lot of the different experience opportunities. As you continue in the major, especially your junior and senior year, there's classes like genetics, microbiology, parasitology. Not all are necessarily requirements to get into vet school, but it definitely makes you a better candidate, makes you look better, and it definitely makes you more knowledgeable going into vet school. You know a little bit more than everybody else. We're gonna go give enrichment to the chickens now. As for hands-on experience, I'm also a double major in zoo science. And West Liberty has a partnership with the Be Good Zoo, which is AZA accredited. So I get a lot of experience hands-on with animals there, which is really good experience for vet school because they like to know that you are familiar with exotics and know about zoo animals. I definitely have an interest in working with large animals, especially in a zoo setting. So having the Be Good Zoo here is really helpful for me gaining experience and understanding those animals. And I'm also in concert band, and I'm heading to practice right now with my French horn. I'm also involved in the band here at West Liberty. The band is just like a nice thing. It's a good break from all of the heavy science courses, and it's a good time, and I like playing music, so it's a good relaxer, and it's also great to be involved and meet people in different majors that are also involved in music. So today I'm at work at a local veterinary office. So when you look at veterinary schools and what the requirements are, they definitely encourage you to go get experience. So I took it upon myself to contact some of the local vets around this area, and I found one that has been super great and getting me hands-on experience, watching surgeries, helping with appointments, and it's been a really great opportunity to learn more about the practice. Now we're going to do an examination on this cat. West Liberty is definitely very affordable. I'm lucky enough to have an Elbin scholarship, so that definitely drew me here because it's a really good education and it's not crazy expensive. I went to school at the Columbus Zoo and Aquarium, and Dr. Loafman, the zoo science director, came and visited my junior and senior year to talk about the zoo science program. And I spoke with him and told him I was interested in veterinary medicine, and he said there was also a pre-vet major and that the zoo science program would definitely help towards getting the experience that you need to get into vet school.
I hope this video gave you a better look at this program. If you need any more information, check us out online.
Hi, I'm Elaine, and I'm going to show you what it's like to be in the Creative Art Therapy program at Wesleyan. So now I'm heading to my Creative Art Therapy Assessments course with Dr. Susan Ridley.
So we're going to do our presentations of a scribble drawing for our therapy assessment.
The point of art therapy is to take away the couch aesthetic of therapy that everyone thinks of when they hear of therapy. They imagine someone laying on a couch and a therapist saying, "How do you feel about that?" That's not what art therapy is. Art therapy is more for those who do not communicate their feelings well verbally. They're able to express themselves more so without having to verbalize anything. And the therapist can analyze their art and then ask them questions to where they're more easy to understand and answer, since they don't have to come up with it off of the top of their head.
This is screen printing class, and currently we're finishing up some monotypes and we're going to print them here real soon, so stay tuned.
The Creative Arts program is absolutely fantastic. There's so much that goes into it with psychology and with art, so I wanted to do something with art, but then I realized that psychology was also my calling, and nothing has ever been more perfect of a fit. So you really get a nice blend of the psychology and the art all together to prep you for later for your master's program, or if you want to just be an aide, it'll prep you for that too.
Line up your paper. So where would you like your print to go?
Somewhere in the middle. So today I'll be doing a practice therapy session with one of my classmates.
There is an internship that is required to graduate your undergrad program from Wesleyan. I personally will be working with trafficked women, and I assume it'll be a very emotional experience, but I really feel like that will prep me for the future. I just found myself very lucky to be actually working with a population that could really use art therapy.
So right now I'm going to be doing a spray paint piece outside of the Fine Arts building, and we'll see what we can come up with.
I've always been very intrigued by people and why they behave in the way that they do, and I personally would like to work with the mentally ill, whereas many other people will want to work with children or trafficked women or veterans. There are tons and tons of options for you to go into. I know a lot of people want to work with children, and when people hear art therapy, they immediately think of children, but that is just one of the many options that you have to work with.
Today we're in the printmaking studio, and I'm going to be working on some of my screen prints right now.
West Liberty is the only university in West Virginia with an art therapy undergrad, which is absolutely phenomenal because it's also a reasonably priced school in comparison to all the others. And for the grad schools that I have visited, they're all extremely impressed that you have an undergrad in actual art therapy, whereas most people who go into their master's program for art therapy are coming from just having psychology classes and art classes.
Welcome back. It's still halftime here at the ASRC. Lady Toppers lead at 88.7 to 87.75. They've got almost a full point lead going into the second half. Again, the second half will consist of the toss event, the tumbling event, and the team event. And it's been a good one so far for the season opener. Everybody here in attendance pretty excited to see this one. I think everybody's still in awe like I am. You've been around this a little bit longer than I have. It's still just crazy to see how I mean, just detailed they are in the execution of this. That's all we always heard playing football. It's all about execution, and both of these teams have done a tremendous job tonight.
Not only is it about execution, but it's also about the difficulty, and that's what's keeping West Liberty in the lead right now. Their start values are a little bit higher than West Virginia Wesleyan's, and that's what's keeping them in the lead, which is really good. Their execution's getting very good as well, and from last year to this year, it's really, really improved.
Again, give you an update on some more athletes from around West Liberty's campus here. So, and we spoke with Malik McKee earlier today. While we were setting up, some of the basketball players are shooting around. Talking with Malik, he told him we were setting up for Acro tonight, and he just gave me a look like, I don't know how they do that. And right away, we kind of connected and understood right away. Yeah, I don't know how they do that either. You want to talk about athletes up here, everybody wants to talk about the basketball team, football, things of that nature, but Acro and tumbling is every bit as impressive as any sport on campus.
I think everyone likes to come just because they know they can't do it.
Yes.
And I know basketball in college is a lot different. Like, they're very talented athletes, of course, but someone can pick up a basketball and at least try and put it in the net. Here, I can't do a back tuck, not even if I try. I can't pick somebody up with my hand.
I feel like at one point in time you probably did.
Yeah, no, not really. I was there, but I didn't get very far. I was like very shy, didn't want to really do anything. I was very scared to do stuff. And then got a little bit older. I'm like, why did I quit? This was so fun.
Well, now you get the broadcast and have that knowledge, get to combine two things that you really enjoy into one.
This is much better. I don't have to go through the physical pain anymore.
We start with the first heat of the toss event for West Virginia Wesleyan. It will be J.C. Blankenship, Ditchin, Howell, Dangle, Stokes, and Bailey as the counter.
Gonna do a back layout. That's a very good layout from West Virginia Wesleyan. The one thing that I did notice was when the top was in the air, she had a little bit of a struggle, staying straight, was a little bit off balance, but was able to maintain the back layout.
See what the score they get coming up at the end of the event. We talked about a little bit ago just how anybody can pick up a basketball and try to get it in the bucket. Anybody can throw a football to somebody for the most part. It was a couple weeks ago, maybe last week, 2 weeks ago, Isaac Basinger and I were in the ASRC watching some basketball practice. They went in for films. We shot around a little bit ourselves, kind of chuckling. I think we both went a combined 0 for 25. And then as we were leaving the floor, Isaac chucks up a half-court shot, nothing but net. So there's your proof right there. Anybody could put a ball in a basket. No, not a whole lot of people can do what they're doing.
I think you guys should get out there and do what they're doing.
Oh,
I think it'd be really funny.
We're both bases for sure.
So their start value is going to be out of a 9.0 with V.A. Anderson doing a back tuck toss. Oh, little bit of a struggle to maintain the hold. Very nice height on the back tuck. That'll get them that'll make up for the little stumble at the end. But out of a 9.0, you really want to try and be as perfect as possible. I hate to say the word perfect, but that's what this sport's all about, trying to maintain perfection.
In that first heat for the Lady Toppers, it was Cottrell, Heasley, Smith, Newbern, Anderson, and Kowalski as the counter. The second heat in the toss event coming up for West Virginia Wesleyan will be Withrow, Miles, Wade, McKinnon, Boone, and then Blankenship, Ditchin, Howell, Stokes, Dangle, and Bailey as the counter.
So this will be a synchronized toss. So like we said in the compulsory and in Acro, maintain synchronization. It is super important, especially when the heat is about synchronization. Nice hold. Maintain balance. They're going to do a front half toss. That's pretty impressive. I was very good for the Lady Bobcats. Wasn't really expecting to see the front half toss. I believe I'm saying that correctly.
You're asking the wrong person.
I'm just looking at it like I see it. You know, you got to try at some point.
Well, for that one, good job for West Virginia Wesleyan. The second heat of the toss event for the Lady Toppers, it will be Kenzie Kyle, Katrina Heasley, Abby Bauer, Lindsay Fries, Sydney Schumacher, Kylie Buzzard, Tiana Meyer, Kiara Smith, Kira Newbern, Via Anderson, and the counter number 4, Marissa Cottrell.
You can tell that Kenzie Kyle is in most of these events. She is one of their star players. She's very consistent, She has probably one of the strongest bodies I've ever seen out of somebody so tiny. So it's pretty impressive to see. So she's definitely in a lot of these events, doing a very good job. Like I said, another synchronization. They're going to do the exact same as the compulsory, which is a 9.0 start value. Via Anderson and Abby Bauer will be at the tops, doing a back tuck toss. Maintaining synchronization is key, even in the back tuck, even with the height. That was very good for Lady Hilltoppers. Maintain synchronization throughout the entire element. It was a very good job.
Yeah, being tossed was Abby Bauer and Via Anderson. Both of them talk about sinking, and that looked perfect almost to the naked eye. I'm sure the judges have a better eye for this than I do, but that looked very, very good for the Lady Toppers.
It was like, I still can't get over it. Like you said, Todd, they keep a straight face.
Yep.
There's no struggle, there's nothing. Even when they are struggling just a little bit, you know, off center, off balance, they still maintain a straight face. The thing is composure, making sure that like you don't show that you're struggling. That might give you a few tints here and there.
You don't see that in a whole lot of other sports ever. Third heat of the toss event for Wesleyan. It'll be Boone, McKinnon, Wade, Withrow, Miles, and Swiger.
It's going to be a front double. 9.6 start value, very high value for Wesleyan.
You talked about before with those type of landings when it's the catch. It's parallel to the ground is best. That one looked very, very good for Wesleyan on the landing.
The execution on that was very, very great. That's why when they went off to the sidelines, they were very, very excited. So, very good job for Wesleyan.
The third heat for the toss event for the Lady Toppers. Tiana Meyer, Alexis Erdman, Lindsay Fries, Teresa Evangelista, Sydney Schumacher, and the counter, Kenzie Kyle.
So Teresa Evangelista will be the top. She will be doing a front layout twist, front double twist actually. 9.6 start value, highest start value of a toss that West Liberty has ever had. You can see she didn't really complete the toss or the twist. She did do double twist, but didn't have enough height to lay flat.
I'm going to say this, and I think I'm going to surprise you and myself for sure. I've heard this watching the Olympics and other the rotation wasn't the complete. Is that the correct phrase?
That's the correct. I'm very proud of you.
Cannot believe
very
it.
proud
Thank
of
you
you.
for being proud of me. I'm proud of myself for that one. Just off of barely of the complete rotation, and that will end the toss event. They will compile all the scores and let us know here in just a little bit over the PA system. But again, that one, it's been a nail-biter so far. Less than a point separating these two teams in the overall score as of now. This toss event didn't make things any easier for either one of these teams. It might be even closer than it is now.
Oh, I definitely agree. You know, it's been getting closer and closer, and I think the toss event was just terrific for both teams. They have a lot to be proud of. They still have a lot to work on, obviously, with it being the first meet of the season, but they have some potential, and it has been really good so far. The one thing that we'll see in the team event, that's really where things start to change a bit. That's out of 100 points. I don't know how the judges keep score. We're currently getting the scores now.
Well, the Lady Toppers have extended their lead after the toss event. In the first heat, the Lady Toppers won 8.6 to 8.3. In the second heat of the toss event, the Lady Toppers won 8.7 to 8.05. And in the final heats, it was West Virginia Wesleyan that edged out the Lady Toppers. They had 8.9 to 8.85 for West Liberty. That comes to 25.25 in that event for West Virginia Wesleyan, and 26.15 for the Lady Toppers in the toss event. Lady Toppers lead overall now 114.85 to 113.
West Liberty extending their lead, which is very good for them. I'm very excited to see this. This is going to be very close at the end, very close.
Now we go to the tumbling event. There's going to be several heats in this one. It'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 heats in this event. It'll start with a duo, a trio, a quad, an aerial, a 6-element tumble, and then an open tumbling. And that's where things get to be a little bit more creative, I believe.
Yeah, so the open pass is an optional one, the one that you get to pick. We're going to do the duo right now. Back handspring. Not triple twist, excuse me. 1.5 twist. You did see big step on the landing from number 35. Judges are going to deduct for that. But overall, very good synchronization for the duo. They have a lot to be proud of.
For Wesleyan, that was number 35, Megan Miles, a freshman, and number 15, Megan Boone, a sophomore. For the Lady Toppers, their duo heat, it'll be Scalia, number 6, Marina Scalia, a freshman, and number 26, Teresa Evangelista, the sophomore.
Their start value is going to be a 9.6, the highest scoring duo start value for the team.
Here go the Lady Toppers.
Theirs is going to be a little bit different than West Virginia Wesleyan's. They're going to go front handspring, front, and a 1.5 twist. Very good synchronization. That's what you're looking for in this.
Well, Teresa and Marina very happy with each other and themselves, and boy, when they got back to the huddle, the team mobbed them. Very happy with their performance on that one. Now the tumbling trio heat comes up, and I can't help but laugh over there as Lady Toppers celebrating that one. They're kind of making me chuckle here. I enjoy that. It'll be for West Virginia Wesleyan, number 10, Jessica Gardner, a freshman, number 26, Janiyah Howell, a sophomore, and number 23, Emily Dengel, a sophomore as well.
So it'll be very interesting to see what this tumbling pass is going to consist of. I will do my best to try and explain each skill as they do it. It's very hard, they're very fast.
Trio heats for the Lady Bobcats.
You can tell that they're stepping a little bit forward. That's how they keep their synchronization. How many people need to take steps? So they did a round off back handspring full twist. Very good. Kept the synchronization. Again, the judges are mainly looking for height within the twist if you were able to complete it, and also the stuck landings. Stuck landings are super important in this. Now I know in college gymnastics, you can take a step back with your back foot if you maintain enough control, and that back step is okay. They won't deduct for that. I don't necessarily know if it's the same for acrobatics and tumbling, but if it is, pretty well maintained.
Now it is the tumbling trio for the Lady Toppers. Number 3, Kylie Buzzard. Number 25, Olivia Miller. And number 27, Alexis Ficca. Buzzard and Ficca, both juniors. Miller, a freshman.
They'll be doing the same thing that you just saw West Virginia Wesleyan doing, an 8.5 starting value. Round off back handspring, full twist. I'm going to go ahead and say that step back's good. All three of them did it, looked very well maintained, the control was there. I'm going to go ahead and say that's okay.
I know they want everything to be synchronized, but you saw the Lady Toppers not exactly in a row. Does that matter with the terms of points, or is that not necessarily what they're looking for?
I don't actually know. I would think not. As long as you keep the height and the synchronization and you all three land at the same time, I'm pretty sure that's what they mean by synchronization. But that's something that we'll have to look into for the future.
Now this will be the last synchronized heat for tumbling. It'll be the quad heat for Wesleyan. Number 6, Sydney McKinnon, a freshman. Number 5, Caitlin Joseph, also a freshman. Number 7, Alejandra Ditchin, a freshman as well. And number 27, Kayla Wade.
Round off back handspring, back tuck. Still looking for those stuck landings, even with the back step. Had a little bit of a scuffle there on one of the landings, but overall very good. That start value was out of a 7.5. West Liberty will be doing the same exact quad synchronization element.
And the 4 for the Lady Toppers. Number 2, Claudia Callahan, a freshman, along with the other freshman, number 5, Tiana Meyer. Then junior number 10, Abby Bauer, and number 20, the sophomore, Via Anderson.
One of the things that you want to notice with this is you're trying to find 4 ladies that can do the same exact thing. So you're looking for that synchronization, but you're looking for that bond. But each of them have the trust in each other to be able to synchronize. They're also going to be doing a round off back handspring back tuck, 7.5 start value. It was pretty well synchronized, not quite towards the end. It can get a little bit more difficult at the end. Some people twist faster than others, so some may step a little faster than others. So otherwise, very good synchronization, very nice height in the air. Very good job for the Lady Hilltoppers.
Well, that will end the synchronized heats for tumbling. 3 more tumbling heats to come. We'll be tumbling the aerial portion of it for West Virginia Wesleyan. These will be just single players for each team in the event. Number 26, Janiyah Howell, a sophomore for West Virginia Wesleyan. This will be, it looks like a diagonal take across the mat.
So what I mean by an aerial is when you do something with no hands touching the ground. So you're literally flipping in the air without your hands. She's gonna go into it, front tuck into a round off back handspring, back handspring, back handspring. Very, very nice job for West Virginia Wesleyan.
That one looked like a stuck landing for sure.
She maintained very good control on the tumbling pass, yes.
Now for the toppers will be freshman number 6, Marina Scalia.
So Marina Scalia will be doing a front handspring, front tuck, round off back handspring, 1.5 step out. I'll try to explain this as we go on. To another layout step out. Notice that the last events have been team. You haven't been out there by yourself. Well, here we get to the individual aspect of it, and doing a tumbling pass all by yourself can get a little bit intimidating. You've been out in the meet so far with your teammates cheering you on, being out there for you. Now you're all by yourself. Get a little scary. And Marina Scalia is a freshman, so this will be her very first individual tumbling pass for West Liberty. Has a very high start value of a 9.95. Highest start value for the aerial for West Liberty. Here we go with the front handspring, front tuck, round off back handspring, 1.5 round off, layout step out. Very good job for Marina. Very excited about that one.
Almost got herself off the mat on that one, but wow.
You can see how challenging it is to be all these elements just on this one mat.
The response from her team after she finished kind of let everybody here know what they thought, what the possible score could be. Now it is time for the, I believe, 6th elements in tumbling for West Virginia Wesleyan. It'll be number 15, sophomore Megan Boone.
So this will have 6 elements in this tumbling pass. Again, one of those really tricky things of, is it going to make it across the entire diagonal? You do have more room in the end diagonal, but it's apparently not enough room for some people.
Still compiling scores. Scalia. Now it is time for Megan Boone.
See the composure she has. She looks very excited to start. A round off back handspring, 1.5 into a round off back handspring layout step out. It was a very good job for her.
it is the Lady Toppers' turn at the 6 elements in tumbling. It will be number 26, Teresa Evangelista.
Can we just talk about the way that they cheer each other on the sidelines? They made a tunnel for her to run through. That was very, very interesting, very exciting.
Oh, again, as you said, this is a very team-oriented sport, and in these few heats where it's just a single player, really puts the pressure on it and get the whole team happy for it.
Even when you are out on the sidelines, you can hear your teammates as if they're right next to you. So I think that's gives them the confidence to go out there and be able to compete.
Now will be time. Teresa Evangelista, her opportunity.
She will have a 9.55 start value in her 6 element series. Her front handspring, front tuck, round off back handspring, 1.5 twists, able to stay on the mat. Nice stuck landing for her at the end. Very excited about that one.
I believe even Coach Kelsey Kyle enjoyed that one. Lady Toppers, at this point, they're happy for Teresa, but I don't know if they're really surprised. That can be the kind of expected from her nowadays.
Teresa Evangelista is one of the star players for this West Liberty team. She is very consistent in her tumbling, but also very consistent top for them. She's able to maintain really good handstands and really good straddles for them.
Now it's the tumbling open portion of the tumbling event. This will be the last heat in the tumbling event. Number 35, freshman Megan Miles for the Lady Bobcats of West Virginia Wesleyan.
This is kind of where you get to do your own thing. So it'll be very interesting to see what she puts out on the floor.
It looks like they've finished compiling the scores for Teresa Evangelista. Here comes Megan Miles.
Round up back handspring, whip, whip. She will get a red flag for being out of bounds, so you do have to stay on the mat. Like we said, it can be a little tricky to maintain staying on the mat. She will get a little deduction for being on the court.
And starting to get a little worried, dangerous, you never know, slipping on the floor. I mean, that's not going to feel very good. You're flipping that quickly. That will end, that will end West Virginia Wesleyan's portion of the tumbling event. One last one for the Lady Toppers in the tumbling open heat will be number 27, the junior, Lexus Ficca.
Lexus Ficca has been a very consistent tumbler for the Hilltoppers. She will be doing a 9.95 start value. Try to explain it here. Round off whip, 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 which is a back handspring with no arms. Then she'll do 2 back handsprings and then a full twist. So just the amount of elements that she's doing adds up to a 9.95. I would get very dizzy.
Well, we might do that just watching. Lexus, looks like her time has come. The final portion of the tumbling event here in the season opener of the 2020 season for Acro and Tumbling.
Round off whip, 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 back handspring, full twist. Very nice for Lexus Ficca. She's very excited about that one.
Lady Toppers team letting her hear it as well as she's flying across the mats. She landed. It was a big roar. We'll wait to see what the scores are in all of these heats in the tumbling events, and one final event coming up. It'll be the team event for both of these schools. Again, the Lady Toppers have almost a 2-point lead coming into the tumbling event. We'll see what happens once they list off all of the scores.
Again, like we keep saying, the start value is so important for this. And West Liberty had 2 9.95 start values, nearly to a 10.0. So their scores might just be a little bit higher than Wesleyan's.
team event coming up. It looks like there'll be just 18 players in for West Virginia Wesleyan and 23 for the Lady Toppers. It just by, again, I don't know a ton about the sport, but the more people you add, I feel like the more difficult it's going to be.
Oh yeah, for sure. And it's very difficult to find a lot of girls to be able to do the same exact thing. So that's where the start values kind of decrease.
And if you're a fan of Topper basketball, watching this, see the Lady Toppers put on a performance at halftime of one of the games recently here at the ASRC. See, I don't know if that's the exact performance they're going to do here tonight in the team event. Nonetheless, it was extremely impressive, and if they do it, it'll be a lot of fun for the viewers at home.
Their team event is going to be about 2 minutes long, so they probably didn't do the entire team event at the halftime show. But the team event is really where things can get really intense, because the start value for each team can be very high. It's scored out of 120 points, I believe.
We're getting the scores in. Well, the Lady Toppers take the tumbling event as well, 51.05 to 58. And the overall scores for you coming up here in just a second as we get those posted, or as they get those posted up on the board for us. It is 161.55 for West Virginia Wesleyan and a 165.9 for the Lady Toppers. So, Lady Toppers have definitely built on their lead. The tumbling event has done it for them against the Lady Bobcats. Team event again, Lady Toppers with more players on the mat by five more players than West Virginia Wesleyan. It just feels like those are going to be more difficult for the Lady Toppers because of the added people.
Well, not like, I know it's very repetitive of me to keep saying the word start value, but that's really what's important here. I mean, when you're going by tenths, the start value is what's really important. With having more athletes on your team, the start value increases because of you're doing more difficult skills. You have the opportunity to be able to do that. So like I said before, with the team event, there's a lot going on at once. It's really hard to kind of explain everything, so I think it's just better to watch because it's really, really exciting to see.
And here is the team event for the Lady Bobcats of West Virginia. Lady Topper, Acro, and Tumbling.
A little bit of a stumble there in the straddle hold. Everything is very choreographed, very timed. Like I said, a lot going on within that routine. It's pretty much just a combination of everything that they've done tonight. Like I said, I keep saying it's very repetitive, but they're looking for that synchronization within tumbling passes, within pyramids. So it's going to be very interesting to see what West Virginia Wesleyan gets in the end.
Now it's the Lady Toppers' turn. 23 members of the team will be on the mat for this final team event. It will be number 1, Kenzie Kyle, number 2, Claudia Callahan, number 3, Kylie Buzzard, number 4, Marissa Cottrell, number 5, Tiana Meyer, number 6, Marina Scalia, number 7, Katrina Heasley, number 9, Kiara Smith, number 10, Abby Bauer, number 11, Hannah Kolawarski, number 12, Alexis Erdman, number 15, Kira Newbern, number 19, Savannah Smith, number 20, Via Anderson, 22, Sarah Lee, number 24, Lindsay Fries, 25, Olivia Miller, 26, Teresa Evangelista, 27, Alexis Ficca, number 28, Sydney Schumacher, number 30, Lacey Groh, number 33, Faith Sandy, and number 34, Nevaeh Crow. Well, this has been a fun broadcast so far, and everybody watching home, thanks for sticking in there with us. Some technical difficulties tonight you can hear with the audio, but thank you for sticking with us. We'll hopefully have that fixed before we have another broadcast here at the ASRC. Lady Toppers in their final event of the night, their team event, and all 23 players on the mat for this one. This one will be exciting. It's going to entail everything we've seen so far into one final performance.
Yeah, so the start values have typically, they're always been out of like a 10.0 as the max. This start value is 101.67. That's a lot of deductions that you could get. It's a lot of points that you could be taken away. It's very like, I don't know how they would do it. There's 3 judges. How do they all, I think they all might be focused on just one thing, maybe?
Again, just like with all the other sports, it's why there's multiple officials so they can make sure they catch everything. The Acro team getting together one final time before the team event. One last little talk before they take the mat. Try to finish off the first meet of the 2020 season. They have over a 4-point lead, almost a 4.5-point lead going into the final event. It is 165.9 to 161.55 before the team event took place.
It does take a little longer to score this because of how high the start value is, so it might take a couple minutes to get the score in.
Looks like each team has 2 minutes 45 seconds for the team event. Again, the clock, there is a clock in Acro and Tumbling, but it rarely comes into effect. It really, it rarely matters too much. Nothing usually goes over the time.
That's just making sure you're keeping yourself on track. I know in gymnastics, the balance beam has a time. So like when you fall, you know, you have so much time to get back up on the beam in order to continue and maintain your time. It's a deduction if you go past the time. Same with acrobatics and tumbling.
Looks like a bunch of excited but nervous energy a little bit for the Lady Toppers. The first time doing their team event 2020 season. Brand new head coach. Does it make it any more intimidating, the fact that it's one of their teammates' older sisters? I'm not sure. They take the floor.
That was a very good routine, very good routine. There had a few little bit of mistakes, didn't complete certain skills, but other than that, it's really hard to figure out what they did right and what they did wrong. So, but overall, I thought it was a very good routine for the Hilltoppers.
Yeah, Topper Nation here in attendance at the ASRC. Let the Lady Toppers know what they thought about it as well. Very proud of these Lady Toppers. Again, the season debut, the season premiere, I guess you could say, a broadcast of Acro and Tumbling in the 2020 season. And before we get any further ahead, there's going to be a little bit of time while they get this scored. I want to let everybody at home know the next time the Lady Toppers will be playing, it will not be a broadcast of ours. It will be at Fairmont State, a bit of a homecoming for Coach Kelsey Kyle, going back to Fairmont State on February 15th, Saturday at 6 p.m. at Retton Arena. I believe that's where they have it, Retton Arena, the basketball gym at Fairmont State. But the next broadcast we will have here at the ASRC will be February 28th. That's a Friday. I believe that'll be at 6 p.m. as well, versus Glenville State College. I'll be here at the ASRC again on Topper Station as well, Comcast Channel 14. Hilltoppersports.com will have the link to watch us on Topper Station, along with some great articles, recaps that Don Clegg will have. But again, you can watch that on Topper Station on February 28th, a Friday. I believe it'll be a 6 p.m. start, but Glenville State College comes to the ASRC, and that'll be a good one for sure. But again, the Lady Toppers won't have too much of a break. In 9 days, they travel down to Fairmont State to take on the Lady Falcons.
It's one of those things where there's a meet every week, so you really don't have time to rest up. You just go into practice the next day and fix the mistakes that you had the day before, and then continue to work on those and hopefully be better than the next meet.
And we told you again, Fairmont number 7 in the preseason national poll. This is not Mountain East Conference. In the national poll, it was Fairmont State at number 7. The Toppers are going to have a big fight on their hands come February 15th. But today, it looks like, at least in my untrained eye, I don't know, I'm a homer as well a little bit. I feel like the Lady Toppers got the victory in their season opener here against West Virginia Wesleyan, but we still have to wait for the final scores to be tallied. Again, before the final team event, they had to lead 165.9 to 161.55, and it would seem like a pretty big hill to climb, a 4-point to try to come back from almost over a 4-point deficit in the team event. We'll see what happens. Here come the scores. Well, the Lady Toppers will win this meet. West Virginia Wesleyan score on the team event 85.82, and for the Lady Toppers 88.67. The final score 147.37 for West Virginia Wesleyan. The Lady Toppers get the victory with 154.57. Just a tremendous job for the Lady Toppers in their season opener. Couldn't be any happier for them, and Coach Kyle as well. We'll see if Coach Kelsey Kyle will come over for an interview here at the table in just a moment. She's got to talk to her team for sure. Congratulate them. Let them know, just like all the coaches here on campus, proud of you. Good job, but we're not done working. We're going to continue to try to get better here. And again, a huge first win of the season for the Lady Toppers. They win it 154.57 to 147.37 for the Lady Bobcats of West Virginia Wesleyan. Lauren, just a tremendous job. Your final thoughts?
It was very good for West Liberty. Even though they were up against West Virginia Wesleyan, I think their biggest competition was last season. And it's very important to them that they get better and better with each meet. They'll definitely do that. 252.57 is a very good score for the beginning of the season. So it's very interesting to see what will happen in the next couple of meets.
You hear on our broadcast for football and basketball, I let you know all the time, all the great information that I get that makes me sound smart, and our color commentators sound smart. A lot of it comes from Don Clegg. I just got it right now from Don Clegg. It is a school record, 254.57, and right in front of the camera, love it. The 154.57 score is the highest score in school history for Acro and Tumbling at West Liberty. So for the season opener, to have that kind of score, that's just tremendous. Coach Kyle has to be pretty happy with that.
The start values, and I keep saying the word start value, but it's so important. Start values are a lot higher for West Liberty, which is giving them the advantage. It's giving them the opportunity to win more meets, and that's why they're preseason number 2.
I think Coach Kyle made that a point when she spoke to us a couple of weeks ago when we had a conversation with her about the broadcast. That was a big selling point for her. She wanted to have those start values up because she was an athlete, and as she understands, the higher the start value, the better chance you're going to have to get victories, and the Lady Toppers are on their way. It's taken a few years to get there. It's the start of the 3rd year for Acro and Tumbling. They're going to get a team picture on the mat right now with the president of the university, Dr. Greiner. And I also got to give a big special thanks and a shout out to Rex Lancaster, operations manager here at West Liberty University. He does such a tremendous job getting the ASRC ready, the football stadium ready, everything ready to go. He did it today as well for Acro and Tumbling. Had to move all the basketball stuff off the floor. Had to bring Acro in because we have basketball coming up again on Sunday afternoon. We will not have the broadcast here on Topper Station. It'll be a nationally broadcasted game. It's the NCAA Showcase. I believe it'll be on ESPN3 and also online on the NCAA.com. So tune in. That'll be men's and women's basketball. Women will start at 1:35 against Charleston. The men will start at 4:05. Big game for both of those teams in women's and men's basketball. But tonight is all about Acro and Tumbling. The season opener for the Lady Toppers, done such a tremendous job. Again, a school record, 254.57. Just a great job. They're still getting team pictures. Oh, I'd be pretty happy too, getting as many pictures as I could get taken.
Oh yeah, for sure. They definitely outdid themselves, I think. You know, last season was a little bit of a struggle. The start values weren't as high. This year, they're in it, and they're in it to win it.
Well, and again, it shows off the work ethic. As soon as they get a big victory to open the 2020 season, what do? They have to clean up the mats. They have to get everything cleaned off, and boy, that's a hard-working team, and you got to love the way they played tonight, the performance they had. It's going to be tremendous, and now Coach Kelsey Kyle will join us on Topper Station, a little interview post-game. Coach, thank you for joining us. A great meet, season opener. You set a school record in points. How does that one feel?
I don't know what to feel right now. I feel like I'm just all over the place because this whole day has just been so exciting, and I couldn't have asked any more from the team today. They did everything we asked. We set goals and they hit those. Whenever we had scores that maybe we didn't love, they didn't let it affect them one bit, and they just picked up with the very next thing. So I am so happy right now.
Well, it seemed like it was neck and neck throughout, even after halftime and through the toss event. Once you got into the tumbling event, that seems like where the Lady Toppers really made their headway and took the lead for the rest of the game.
Yeah, we were so happy with our tumbling event today. And the girls, we told them going into it, we're like, you have to do your absolute best in tumbling. So then it just makes us feel more comfortable going into team event, and they exceeded all of our expectations. All of our individual tumbling passes were incredible. I was like, we've never seen these at practice. Where did these come from? Like, these are so good. So we're really proud of them.
I mean, it's very important to have the best thing
Exactly,
out in the
on meet day.
competition. The one thing that we've always talked about is that start value. How important is it to have a high start value?
I think it's very important, but also it comes down to execution. You saw in the Acro event, we had a higher start value and Wesleyan outscored us. So start value is definitely important, but execution is always the best thing.
Well, we talked about it before the meet started. You were a competitor last year, the 2019 Specialist of the Year in the Mountain East Conference. How badly did you want to get out there on the mat yourself, coaching for the first time?
You know, not as bad as I thought I would. I definitely loved my time as an athlete, but I think I appreciate everything I went through with my coaches even more now, since I just went through that whole meet. So, I mean, I miss it, but I love being their coach, so.
And we have to talk about it. How great was it to be able to go out there and coach your sister?
This is the best question, I feel like. I mean, we were together all day, and we kept joking for who was going to cry the most. And I mean, she walked off team event, and we looked at each other, and I was like, we can't cry. We said no crying in our uniforms. And I mean, it was incredible. I've loved watching her for 2 years, so being able to coach her, I really can't even describe it.
That's very exciting.
Well, the next meet you have, it will not get any easier. You go to the number 7 team in the country preseason poll. Your former school, a bit of a homecoming. You go to Fairmont State. How long are you gonna take to celebrate this win and then start thinking about Fairmont?
We have practice tomorrow, so we are going to do everything we can to look at our scores, watch film, watch what we did today, and just prepare even more for next Saturday. Next Saturday is going to be an incredible meet. I can't even begin to think about what it's going to be like to be back at our old school where we competed for 4 years, but being on the opposite side of the gym. But I'm so excited. I'm so excited to, compete against the girls that I competed with last year. And so it's definitely going to be a really special day.
Well, Coach, you've had one meet so far as a head coach. You're 1-0, perfect so far in your career. That's kind of been what's going on here at West Liberty for a while, between Kyle Cooper a few years ago and Ben Howlett as well on the basketball side. You're going right in the same direction. 1-0 so far. Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you.
We'll be happy to see you coming up on February 28th back here versus Glenville State, but good luck down at Fairmont. We'll be watching from home, and congratulations on the night.
Thank you.
And also, again, the school record, 254 points.
Feels good.
Yeah, unbelievable job tonight. Congratulations, and we'll see you here in a couple weeks. Topper Nation, thank you for watching. Thank you to the whole student crew. Lauren Fridley on air with me. Thank you very much, Lauren. We'll have her back for the next meet as well. And again, Topper Nation, thank you for watching. We will see you next time on Topper Station.
Street Bank mean to you?
One thing is, we have CDs with consistently higher rates. Unlike some banks, Main Street doesn't use high teaser rates to attract customers. We keep our interest rates simple and competitive. Some of our interest rates for CDs are the best. Plus, our accounts feature low fees or no fees. That's money in the bank, the right bank.
Open your CD account at Main Street Bank. You deserve a bank this good.